a visual that I had a mentor of mine teach me years ago. And he said, you know, when you're in that spin and you've got all those emotions going, it's kind of like you have a glass of water and somebody pours a teaspoon of sand in it and then stirs it really, really fast. And so all of that is just spinning and swirling. So if you close your eyes and imagine that swirling as your emotions, and now watch that sand start to settle to the bottom as it slows down. And your emotions will follow. Your energy will follow. You'll become more grounded and more centered. Right? So the swirling sand is another visual that we can use in the moment when we just need to take it down a notch. Right? But I think one of my absolute favorite ways to be able to decrease anxiety and stress is through lift. And because with lift, we're actually healing those emotions, right? We store all of these negative emotions in our body throughout our life, and our body is constantly looking for things that feel like that because it's trying to protect us, right? So this is our autopilot brain. This is our subconscious mind. And it's always looking for the next shoe to drop, for the next danger, right? Because anything that's outside of our comfort zone or our known zone is looked at as a potential threat to our very existence. So it's always on high alert. The more trauma we have, the more stress we've endured in our life, the more our body is on that hypervigilance, or it's always on the lookout. And so what lift does is it actually goes in, and we tap into your subconscious mind. It's not hypnosis or anything, but I'm asking your body what needs to be healed first. And so we can release those emotions like trauma and stress and anxiety. We can also release self-limiting beliefs. Things like I'm not good enough, or the world is a dangerous and unfriendly place, and switch that to I'm lovable and okay and appreciated just for who I am, and the world is a safe and loving place. It is absolutely amazing. I've had clients that their anxiety levels were 90, 100 when we first tested at the beginning of a session, and at the end it's down to 0. I have one client who she has felt like, you know, she's been in toxic relationships or toxic work relationships for pretty much her entire life. And anxiety was nonstop, and it was almost to the point it was debilitating. And after her first session, she goes, wow, I feel like I just smoked a joint. It was classic. But the amazing thing is that that feeling didn't last just for a minute or just for an hour, like when you get a massage. We released and removed that trauma and that anxiety, and so that feeling perpetuated. You know, it's amazing how we can start to shift things. You know, during this time, for people that are furloughed or laid off, they may be worrying about finances. They may be worrying about not providing for their family or doing their part, right? And a lot of those are age-old beliefs that are triggering our emotions today. So when we can start removing the emotional damage and baggage, then we get to show up differently in our lives. And I know for me, my experience with lift and the healing that I've gone through has been monumental in being able to create a life that I love and a life that is healthy and a life that has joy in it. So if you're somebody that's struggling with anxiety right now, if you're somebody that's really struggling with stress or depression, I want to be able to give you the gift of lift. Then the sessions are normally $90, but for those of you guys that are watching today, and you want to experience what lift is all about, we do it virtually, so we do it through Zoom. So you don't have to come to my office or anything like that. But if that's something of an interest for you, I have a limited amount of spaces that I can be able to do a lift session, but I would love to do a complimentary demo session for you so you can experience it and we can start taking the edge off of that anxiety and off of that stress. So you can either send me an email at jen@CompleteHealthRevolution.com, or you can just message me here on Facebook and we will find a time where we can do that for you. So in the meantime, before your lift session, just start deep breathing, start utilizing mindfulness and getting really back into your body so that you can be grounded and so you can respond to life versus being in the emotional reaction and in that spin. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I look forward to talking to you soon. Stay well.